Hey everyone, and welcome back. So as of this recording, it is indeed May 30th, the last Friday of May, which means we have the Arrow announcements for their August titles. Naturally, I got to cover that, and as well as a couple of other things. I want to get to a couple of really cool announcements, and also what looks like is probably coming from Shout Studios as well as Scream Factory for their possible August titles. So should actually get the official announcement next week, but I'll obviously cover it officially in another video, but I am going to mention what it looks like is coming, plus a couple other things to get to as well. So without further ado, let me just get right to it. A couple of quick announcements. First up, coming from Universal, for those of you who are fans of some classic TV, especially from the 80s, we are getting a 4K release of Knight Rider. It's the whole thing, right? And the complete series is currently set for this fall. No specifics just yet, but very cool that it is indeed in the works. Up next from Kino, they announced it later this year. They're doing a 4K release of The Mechanic, the Charles Bronson film. In fact, I believe they put that out on Blu-ray twice already, if I'm not mistaken. A great Charles Bronson film if you haven't seen it. Next up from Blue Underground, coming this October, is a 4K release of Gary Sherman's Raw Meat, aka Deathline. And yeah, it's in the works, set for October, and yeah, so when we get more details, obviously I'll cover it, but very cool that is coming to 4K from them. And from Troma, we are getting single releases of the Toxic Avenger films, the 4K versions. Now they're originally released in a box set two years ago. Was it 2023? Whenever that came out, now we are getting single versions of them for those of you who just want a couple of them. They're set to release on August 12th, and they retail for $39.95. Again, retail price, obviously they'll come down in time. So, but yeah, if you haven't picked those up, definitely recommend it. I'm almost positive they're the exact same discs, just single versions. And again, that is set for August 12th. Up next, we have a new title from TerrorVision. They're doing a 4K release with an included Blu-ray of Gator Bait 1 and 2. And they will be both in 4K. And this is set for, I believe, August, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, scheduled to ship this August. It is currently up for pre-order on their website, terrorvision.com. There is a hyphen in there, so terror/vision.com. You do have to include that, because I think without the hyphen, I think it goes to like a band or something. It is limited to 3,500 copies, and before I recorded this video, it had already sold, I believe, over 800 already, and it just went up for pre-order this morning. And again, it is going to be a 4K. It's a 4-disc set, so 2 4K discs and 2 Blu-rays, and the Blu-rays are region-free, so that's good. And there are 2 versions, the sort of standard version of it, as well as a bundle, which I'll get to in just a moment, but I want to go over a couple of the details. Both films were scanned in 4K. The first film from the original 35mm camera negative, and the second one, which was shot in 16mm, was transferred from the original 16mm camera negative. Now, there is a little bit of sad news for Gator Bait 2. They going through the negative as well as the IP. Unfortunately, for some strange reason, the last reel of the film is missing. And they spent years, trying to track it down. They were even trying to find a print, even if they could just find a print and use kind of that final reel for that, and they couldn't find a print either. They literally don't have much to work with. So at the very least, you come down to, well, do you release it? Do you not release it? And they decided to actually go back to the Laserdisc version of Gator Bait 2, and so the last reel is actually coming from the Laserdisc. Now, is it unfortunate? Yes, but obviously if you can't find the materials, I mean, what can you do? So I'm glad they didn't just decide, like, you know what, we're not even going to do it. They're at least going to have this, so you can at least watch the film. So, and I give full credit on deciding to at least go ahead and putting out the film. So it is a 4-disc set. Again, 2 4K discs with the each film on each one, and then 2 included Blu-rays with the film, as well as a bunch of extras. So the 2 4K discs do have commentary tracks on them, and then the rest of the extras are in each included Blu-ray, which includes like a bunch of interviews and things like that. Plus a lot of older archival stuff, and there is more stuff also in the works. And also Gator Bait 2. Since they did obviously you have to do the last reel from the Laserdisc. There's also a Laserdisc presentation of the whole thing, if I'm understanding this correctly. So you can watch the whole film from that from the original Laserdisc. And that is up for pre-order right now for $54.99 on their website. And there also is a limited edition bundle, which is limited to 300 only, up for pre-order for $98. So it includes the obviously the deluxe version of the two movies, as well as a, let's take a look. An 18 by 24 screen printed poster, a koozie, a hat, a bumper sticker, a tee, and a lobby cards. Which you can see here is just a massive, massive special edition, which is very, very cool. So again, that is up for pre-order right now at the TerrorVision website. Again, include the hyphen between Terror and Vision. Up next, we have a new release from Severin. Now, I actually was going to include this on the previous video, but it hadn't fully been announced yet. Like, it was teased, but it hadn't. They literally just released all the details, and it went up for pre-order right after I filmed it. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to mention it because it's already up for pre-order, so I'm mentioning it right now. So from Severin, set for August 26th, is a box set. It's the High Tension 4 films by Lamberto Bava. It's a Blu-ray set, and it is going to, all 4 Blu-rays are region-free. Now, this is just like the set that Cauldron Films had put out last year, that had 4 films, 2 films from Fulci and 2 films from Umberto Lenzi. And so this is kind of the same thing, where Lamberto Bava made these films for Italian television, but they were a little bit too intense and graphic for television. So after all these years, we're finally getting a nice release of them. And like I said, it is up for pre-order right now at the Severin website for $73, and it comes with the films. Let's see, The Prince of Terror, The Man Who Wouldn't Die, School of Fear, and Eyewitness, as well as a CD soundtrack compilation of music by Simon Boswell, who's very, very cool. He did some music for Phenomena, Demons 2, Lord of Illusions, and Hardware, which I think I might have mentioned. I watched the new 4K version not too long ago. And there are a couple of extras for each film, kind of varying. I think 2 of them have commentary tracks, and then and they all have, I think, interviews, I believe, with Lamberto Bava, obviously talking about that particular film, and then a couple other ones, I think a couple with the screenwriter, and there's 1, maybe 2 with Simon Boswell, the composer. So a really, really nice set, and I haven't seen any of these, especially since I don't think they've been available, at least not in any official release, or at least here in the States. So I'm looking forward to getting this one, because I really love that Fulci Lenzi set that Cauldron Films put out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this. And again, that is currently up for pre-order at the Severin website, severinfilms.com. And one more thing before we get to the Arrow announcements. So we got what looks like is coming from both Shout Studios and Scream Factory for August. Now, obviously, these won't be official until they're announced. We're supposed to get announcements on Monday, June 2nd. And honestly, we're so close that I assume these are pretty much accurate. And I do have to give a special shout out to Mifune Fan on the Blu-ray.com message boards for obviously finding some of this stuff, but also finding screenshots of, or the images of what most likely are the covers. So again, special shout out to him. He's really good at finding a lot of these details early. So I only have titles right now, so we'll just kind of go through them real quick. So first up, coming from Shout Studios, is a 4K release of the movie World Trade Center, the Oliver Stone film starring Nicolas Cage. 4K release of the movie City on Fire, which is one of the Golden Harvest films. Is this the first one we're getting from that deal? It might be. So that's very exciting. And then let's see, Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 7, Blu-ray box set of those. So they're definitely putting a lot more of those out, which is great. And then finally, the Blaxploitation Volume 2 4K and Blu-ray set, which includes the films Cotton Comes to Harlem from 1970, Slaughter from 1972, Slaughter's Big Ripoff from 1973, Friday Foster from 1975, the 2 I'm most excited about, Bucktown from 1975 as well, and Foxy Brown from 1974. Looking forward to that one. I did get in the Volume 1 actually not too long ago, so haven't been able to dive into it yet, but I'm hoping within the next week or two I am, and I'm just going to go through all of them. And then finally, what looks like the Scream Factory titles for August are going to be a 4K and Blu-ray release of Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2, a double feature release, more part of the, you know, the Roger Corman library that they have. And then the two big ones, at least for some of us, 4K releases of both Sleepaway Camp 2 and Sleepaway Camp 3. Now, at the moment, it looks like they're 4K only. Obviously, they put out Blu-rays a couple years ago, which might be out of print. I'm not sure, but I know Sandpaper, is it Pictures or Films? What are they called? Sandpaper Pictures, I believe currently has the Blu-ray rights. They also have the Blu-ray rights to the Invaders from Mars remake, the Tobe Hooper version. So I'm with this, if this is indeed true, then I'm hoping maybe Scream Factory can still put out at least a 4K version of that. I would love a 4K version of the Invaders from Mars remake. And as far as where the original Sleepaway Camp is, they want to put that out. Unfortunately, and I'm getting kind of freaked out that I've actually had to say this several times in the last few weeks, the original negative is missing, and it's kind of heartbreaking. Now, that doesn't mean it's gone. It just means, you know, it's hard to locate. Now, I know with some of this stuff, sometimes when they move them around from one warehouse to another, or sometimes when they send them off to get scanned, and then, you know, there's a bunch of different things, you know, so hopefully they can find the negative and we will eventually get a 4K of the first film. So again, that looks like what is coming in August from Shout Studios and Scream Factory. Obviously, once the official announcements are out, I'll include those in the next video and with all the details as well. And now we get to the Arrow announcements for August, and there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 titles, with a couple of them that we're all getting. A couple of them are UK only, and I believe one is US only, US Canada only, which is kind of weird, but I will get to that in just a moment. So let's just dive right in. Let's get to we'll do the Blu-rays first. So first one coming, let's see, August 19th for $39.99 is to the US, Canada, and UK, is a Blu-ray of the movie Perpetrator from 2023. And again, it is a Blu-ray release, so obviously the US, Canada one will be Region A, the UK one will be Region B. It does have a couple of nice extras, including commentary track with the writer-director, as well as a lot of interviews, some music videos that the director made, as well as some short films. Seems like an interesting film. I think it's a mix of a little bit of supernatural stuff, I think, and I think Retribution or something. I'm not sure, but if you've seen it, let me know. I think I've said before, I haven't seen as many new films as I wish I have. I need to be better at that. Next up, coming to Blu-ray, the UK only, which again, assume it's going to be Region B locked, set for August 4th, retailing for £24.99. From 1987, it's the movie Enemy Territory, which seemed actually kind of cool. I actually had to look that one up and watch the trailer, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. It's one of those movies where people get trapped in a building and they have to kind of fight their way out. Obviously, been a lot of movies like that. I mean, I know the Raid movies were more recently, but even again back in the 80s, there were definitely several like that. And I haven't seen this one, and it features Tony Todd in it, as well as, believe it or not, Ray Parker Jr. is one of the leads. And yes, that Ray Parker Jr. who sang the Ghostbusters theme song. So I didn't realize he did any acting. So now, unfortunately, again, that is UK only. But man, would I love to see this film. It does have a brand new transfer. It does have a couple commentary tracks as well as several interviews. So it does look like it is indeed a nice set. And again, that is set for August 4th. One more Blu-ray. This is also UK only because here in the US, Arrow put this out on Blu-ray last year. So now it's just same release. It's just getting released in the UK, and that is from 1976, the movie The Shootist with John Wayne, set for August 18th, retailing for £24.99. And again, it's the exact same disc that was released last year in the States, but luckily those of you in the UK can pick that up. Yeah, very cool that you guys are getting it there. And then one more UK title, but now we're moving on to the 4K releases. And let's see, coming to the UK in 4K, and I think it's 4K only. I don't think it's Blu-ray, because didn't they already put it out on Blu-ray? Anyway, it's 4K release of Michael Mann's Thief. Set for August 25th, retailing for £29.99. So it's a 2-disc set. It does actually have an included Blu-ray. 4K has the director's cut with the transfer approved by director Michael Mann, and a bunch of, pretty much all the extras. And the disc 2 has the theatrical cut, but obviously Blu-ray only. Now, obviously, here in the States, the 4K was put out by Criterion, so that's why this is UK only. And I really hope we get more Michael Mann films in 4K, especially one of my favorites, Manhunter. Oh man, I really want a 4K of Manhunter. Hopefully that can happen. And now the final 3 titles. Next up, coming to the US, Canada, and UK, so we can all get it. Coming August 12th. Retailing for $49.99 is a 4K release of the movie Poseidon from 2006, which remake, obviously, the Poseidon Adventure. And I believe it's 4K only. I don't think there's a separate Blu-ray release of this one. And it does have a nice assortment of extras, including several interviews and even some like making of stuff from the time the film came out. So another nice addition, and obviously, you know, bigger studio film, but I think I only saw it once, and it was many moons ago, so I think I liked it. I mean, I've seen the original like several times, but honestly, I can't really remember what I know I didn't hate it, so, but anyway. So yeah, so that's coming out in August from Arrow, and then we're down to the final 2. I did mention these before, but now we have all the details. And indeed, coming this August are the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, as well as Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Beginning, which was basically the prequel to the remake. And 4K for both, but 4K only, no separate Blu-ray release. And for whatever reason, and I don't know, obviously it's a licensing issue, but I don't know the details. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake from 2003, is US and Canada only. Set for August 26th, retailing for $49.99. I don't know why that one is US and Canada only, so I don't know. Hopefully there's a UK release at some point. And I have to say, this thing is loaded. It's got commentary tracks, both new and old. It's got a ton of interviews on it. Deleted scenes, screen tests, you know, trailers, like all the good stuff. I have to give a special shout out, and I believe he did the other film I'm going to cover in just a second as well. Special shout out to Steve Uncle Creepy Barton for doing a commentary track with Spooky Picture Show podcast host Chris McGibbon, who I believe they did a commentary track for both. So, I mean, I've known Steve for a long time. A long time. So very cool that he did a commentary track for this, and the as well as The Beginning. I'm pretty sure he did, right? Yes, that too. And this one, same thing. It has that new commentary track, ports over a bunch of archival stuff, has a couple of new interviews, but also the older stuff. You're not missing out on anything, which is good. So this one is also set for August 26th and retails for $49.99 as well. Now this one, though, is going to have both cuts of the film. So it is going to have the original theatrical R-rated cut as well as the uncut version. And there's a 5-minute running time difference. So I am glad that the uncut version is included. I don't believe there's an uncut version of the first film, so I think that's why that's just the R-rated cut. But yeah, there were a couple of bits definitely cut out of the beginning. So anyway, so yeah, so that, oh, and that one is US, Canada, and UK. That's why it's kind of weird why that one is for all of us, but for whatever reason, the first one is, you know, US, Canada only. I don't know. That's a weird licensing issue that, yeah, I don't understand that one. I'm a really big fan of the remake and, well, I guess the prequel to the remake as well, both of these films. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting these. And I had every right to not like the remake because the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite films, one of my favorite horror films as well. And I just, you know, you have to be honest with yourself. I'm watching the remake and I was like, yeah, I like this. You know, it's good. It's good. So yeah, looking forward to picking these up. So that's it for the Arrow titles for August, as well as obviously all the other stuff I mentioned. I am apologize, I did have to skip through a couple of the details, but I want to make sure I covered all of this as well. So obviously, a couple days away from the official announcements for Shout and Scream for their August announcements, as well as Vinegar Syndrome, which now I should say Vinegar Syndrome does not put out any titles in June, because that's when they literally just fill all the orders from May, for the sale and all that. But there will be new partner labels, so that is something to keep an eye out. Those should go up, I believe, on the 1st. But there won't be any new Vinegar Syndrome titles until July. So that's everything. So definitely let me know your thoughts on all of these announcements. I do have another video that I need to finish editing that I want to put up. I actually added, even though I'm trying to back off, I had to add one more thing to my collection. So obviously keep an eye out for that video. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.